to Attentive Reviews. My name is Jasmine. If this is your first time coming to the channel, welcome. So today we are going to talk about Disney Plus and Artemis Fowl, which was just released on Disney Plus not too long ago. I think it's been out a couple of days now. So this movie was supposed to come out in theaters in May, and then it was supposed to come out last year, and I think it was supposed to come out the year before at some point. So this movie was not getting fair treatment. It was supposed to come out like at least 3 or 4 times. I didn't realize until I rewatched the trailer there are scenes that did not make it into the movie. So you can tell this movie had a lot of issues from the jump, and they definitely were doing rewrites and reshoots and who knows what else. So something that surprised me was the director is Kenneth Branagh, who all of us may or may not know, directed the first Thor movie, movie adaptation of Hamlet, which was so good that it was shown in my AP English class in high school. You know how good a movie has to be like, this is the movie we're watching to go with the book that we're reading. Like, he's a good director and a good actor, so I was expecting, oh, it's going to be some fancy elements, he's going to put his flair on things. I do not know if they brought him in to fix whatever was wrong with this movie from the beginning. I never read the book for Artemis Fowl. This movie was not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Was it a masterpiece? No. Was it the best thing I've seen this year? No. Was it the best thing I've seen this month? Definitely no. But was it the worst thing I've seen this year? I mean, it kept my attention. I was just very surprised. This movie is only an hour and like 34 minutes, maybe 44 minutes. Like, it's not that long. And you can tell, like, at some point it speeds through and you're like, oh wow, we're already at the halfway point. You're just like, what? How in the world? I wanted to like this movie because I like fantasy elements and I thought it would be cool. It doesn't even take place in America, which is nice for once. No offense. No offense. But I would like to have fantasy elements in another country. That would be nice. But, like, it's in Ireland, and we only see 3 places in this entire movie if you do not count the ocean. You have Fowl Manor. You have Haven City, which is where the elves and other magical creatures live. And then you have this warehouse, dungeon-looking like place that's supposed to take place inside of a mountain. That's it. And then there's one scene or two in the school. That's it. There's a few nature scenes, but it's all like, you can definitely tell they built the sets and like, we're gonna stay within this area. Which I was just like, Disney, you spend a lot of money. Was it mostly for the CGI and the costumes? It probably was for the CGI and the costumes. I don't know why I'm asking that question. Was the CGI good? It was okay. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, the flying parts, like, there's some people in the movie that fly. It wasn't too bad. There are some large creatures. They were okay. There was one scene that I was not expecting, and it did disturb me mildly, but it's also part of the lore of the book, so they had to keep it, so that's fair. There was just no warning. I was just like, oh, that's how that works. I only remember like 3 people's names. You got Artemis Fowl Sr., Artemis Fowl Jr., you have Mulch Diggums, played by Josh Gad, and I don't remember these other people's names. That's really bad. I know the security guard slash butler, because he doesn't like being called that. His last name is Butler. So we're just going to go with Mr. Butler, because I don't even remember what his first name is. I don't like the fact that he was supposed to have white hair, but it didn't look like it was his hair dyed white. It was like a, I don't know, like, you know how you can sometimes tell, like, it's a wig, and then the wig just don't look right, but you just keep rolling with it. It felt like that. Something I've seen everywhere, which I didn't agree with, was the protagonist, the little boy that plays Artemis Fowl, who apparently I found out is the grandson of Robert Shaw. Now, if anyone's a fans of Jaws, Shaw is the weird, crazy ship man from that movie, which is impressive. That's intriguing. Like, their family's trying to stay in the movie industry. That's cool. I did not think he was a terrible actor. And most people know children who are very highly intelligent but do not respect authority figures. They do act like that. I don't know if people thought he would be lively. I don't know. Like, but like there were certain parts I was like, no, I know people like that. They would say things like that and look that way and just keep walking. I don't know if they thought he was gonna like act like this was an Oscar baiting film. I don't think so. It could have just been direction wasn't there, or you know they said it was his first feature-length film that he was starring in, and he was one of the main lead actors in the film. So there's a lot of pressure to put on a kid. So he probably was trying to do his best. So I can't shame him if people thought. But I had some people say he sucked. I was like, wow. He did okay for a kid actor. Like, I know we've seen kid actors act, but like it also depends on the direction, the script, the type of movie you're in, and then who's releasing it. It's Disney. I have not seen, well, no, there was some good kid acting in Endgame. I was about to say in a Marvel movie, and I had to think about it. I'm like, oh, there has been some good kid actors. But either way, also direction and actors, and then the material. So it's hard to talk about this movie without spoiling it, but also I don't even know how to spoil it because there were so many things I'm like, I can't remember. I think like the main goal of the movie is for them to try to get this acorn looking thing called the Aculus. I'm very impressed I actually knew how to pronounce that and still remembered it. They did say it a couple times in movies, so that might actually help. And it's like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be a portal gun that helps you transport through time and space, or if it's an energy ray or a bomb. I cannot tell what this thing is supposed to be. I have no idea. Maybe it's explained in the books, but that's the thing. It's hard to do movies based on books, where if the explanation is, if your point is they explain it in the book, that's concern. But also, first movies of series are always rough because it's exposition. They have to explain things. I don't think there was any way to show and not tell. Things had to be told and shown. Like, I don't think there would have been any way to do it in a careful way where it would have been awesome. Would I have paid to see this movie in theaters? Probably not. I would have waited for a free ticket or a discount or something. Would this movie have made a lot of money? Probably the first day. But day 2, 3, and 4, I have no idea what would have happened. Compared it to other films that are quote-unquote bad that Disney has released in the last couple of years, I would definitely rank this lower. This is definitely lower than The Nutcracker in the Four Realms, which I kind of enjoyed, but also I'm a sucker for Nutcracker stories, so I might be biased. But it's below that. And people thought that movie was terrible too, so I don't see them getting a sequel. I did want to know where this was going when it ended, but also I was just like confused because the villain, I don't understand why the villain can't go places. Because the villain stays in one spot the whole time, and I'm confused on that, but maybe they explain it in the books, which is something I wish I didn't say. Did it make me want to look up stuff on Wikipedia? Just a little bit. Did I actually do that? Not really. I was like, I don't know if I want to know more about this. People who read the books, I'm actually curious how they felt about this movie. Also, I wonder, did Disney know this movie wasn't going to be great? The fact that it went through a lot of production issues to get released? I really wonder if that's why they just decided it doesn't even matter at this point. Because it was supposed to come out at the end of May, which is starting into the summer blockbuster movie season. So they didn't dump it in January, because sadly, January is dump month, where they just put any movie there because they don't know what to do with it. It wasn't put in January. It wasn't put in the springtime where it was about to get close to kids' spring breaks. And it was put in May to be released before summer started for children. But now that, we're all stuck inside, they just released it on Disney Plus knowing everyone's at home. But I wonder, did they just release it on Disney Plus or did they put it on Amazon iTunes to be rented? Things I'm wondering, curious about. I don't know how they're going to earn their money back for this movie because I heard it was maybe $120 million. And I really don't know where most of that money went besides paying Dame Judi Dench, Colin Farrell, Josh Gad, and I think that was the only 3 people that I'm like, oh, those are like A-listers or people know. So like that's, their salaries, but what I don't know. The costume design wasn't bad. I will give the costume design props. It didn't look terrible. There is it's not a unicorn. I don't remember what the name of the creature is. It's some half man, half horse creature, centaur. There was a centaur. He actually looked like a realistic centaur. That probably was the best use of CGI in the movie, to be completely honest. For sure. That was great. Was it a very diverse cast? Somewhat. I never read the book, so I don't know the depths of the diversity, but I just felt weird that they had a little black girl in the movie that they hyped her up to be amazing and then didn't use her really. That kind of hurt my feelings. So I was like, okay. So the movie is a mild mess. But I don't hate it, but I do not love it. I would say if you have Disney Plus, go give it a watch. It'll be something to put on for an hour and 30-something minutes to pass the time, which is how I watched it. I watched it as I was cleaning my living room. So, and I didn't miss much when I turned around 2 times. So it's like, it's fine. I don't know. They definitely cut scenes because there was one scene in the trailer I was like, oh, it looks amazing. Never happened. So I don't know what happened with that. Why they had to keep most of the stuff to 3 to 4 locations. It's like, were they time constrained? Did they use all their money on one specific scene and they're like, well, we gotta do what we gotta do with what's left over? I don't know. But yeah, maybe this film will get a cult following 10 years down the road, but I don't even know if it even deserves that. But it's not the worst film ever. I will put that out. Not the worst film ever made. It wasn't. But it was nowhere close to being okay or the best thing I've watched. So, take that as you may. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it didn't sound boring and a drag. I'm sorry if I didn't give as much details as you would like, but it's like I don't remember much of this movie, and I legit watched this movie 2 to 3 days ago. It should be fresh in my mind. And it's slowly turning into a blur. I definitely think give it a month, this movie's going to be forgotten by everyone, which is very sad. I hope Disney makes some of its profits back, but all the advertisement they did for this movie, whoo, that's expensive right there too. Well, good luck, Disney. Thank you for letting us watch on Disney Plus if we had a subscription. And yeah, so I would say throw it on if you just feel like it, but there's no rush to go see it. There's nothing going to drive you to be like, oh my goodness, I have to see this right now. No. So, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. I do have more things coming. We'll see how it is, and we'll keep our eyes out. What else is Disney going to release on Disney Plus? I want to see what you guys have to think. What other movies might not get released ever? Because it's starting to get weird now. Things are either getting moved to the fall or put on streaming. So I wonder what's next. Put your ideas in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. And see you guys next time.